Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Advance Wars Part 7 with your host, as always, Mah-Dry-Bread. This upcoming stage is quite a difficult one, so I've actually played it off-screen quite a few times to work out some kind of tactic that lets me beat it in less than, 20 turns, so let's see how it plays out. Now, I believe you only do this stage if you did the last stage like I did and you defeat his whole navy, but I could be wrong. This is one of those kind of secret, really hard stages, I think. And even though we're going to be relying really heavily on battleships, we are going to use Max for this. Pretty much most of the times in the game that I can use Max, I will use Max, mostly because he's just a strong commanding officer overall. So we will be using him here, as he's the one I practiced with, and I figured out a tactic that works for him. I agree? Okay, they gave you this advice to keep your units together. Not helpful. Not helpful at all. In fact, you want to spread your units out on this stage. Okay. So here's what I've learned. This is, of course, a fog of war map, so the reefs are very useful. They're like forests of the sea. You can't see through them, so immediately you want to get the bulk of your army into the reefs. And here's one thing that I learned. I usually like to... in practice, I moved my sub up to this reef a lot. I found that actually moving my cruiser there is more useful, and you'll see why in a moment. And for what to load up on these landers, it doesn't really matter a whole lot, but I just like having my mid-tank on one. So I guess I'll just take my best firepower, and it doesn't really matter what I take on the other lander. So I'll put some infantry on there in case I resort to capturing, but I doubt I will. And just to make sure these guys are safe... Oops. Safe and out of danger. I'm gonna have them in the bottom left there, just to keep them away from the subs. Now, the opponent's army is just like ours, or at least the navy. 2 battleships, 2 subs, and I think he has 2 cruisers. He has at least 1. That is why I like putting the cruiser up front. Because I didn't know originally, but they actually park a sub right next to there, and they're submerged, so... Free sub kill, and their subs are probably their most dangerous things in this stage. Now, just for an overview of the map here, all we have to do is kill all the units here or take the city. I'm going to be killing all the units, it's just easier. But they do have a rocket hidden here, and an artillery hidden here, as well as a battleship right here. So they do have a long range covered by indirect combat units. Now, since we have these 2 units just isolated right in the middle, and we have 2 of our subs completely free to attack, we can pretty much decimate their navy in 1 turn. It's very fortunate, in fact, and our battleships are in position to finish them off. Now, I think we're ready to... go into the options and turn off the visuals for now until we see new units to speed up these levels. It no longer shows the animation for combat. Sometimes it makes it a little bit difficult on your opponent's turn to clearly see what they've done, but usually it's not a big deal. As long as you're attentive. So they've got 1 submarine that I'm still worried about here. And of course he's using his blizzard, which makes things difficult because we're not going to be able to reach him as well. But if I worked out this tactic alright, yes, he accidentally puts his sub right next to our cruiser. I think I did a pretty good job with this one. So we got rid of all of his subs. Soften up his cruiser, and we can actually finish it with one of our subs, and his whole navy, except for 1 lander, and one battleship is now destroyed. Now, for the cruisers, we're just going to be using them for spotting now. And we're going to be ignoring our troops back on our own island. We don't need them. Of course, we don't see any of his actions right now. We almost have our special built up, which we may be using. We're gonna go ahead and dive right there. There's a battleship right here that I want to take out. And would he be able to reach? Oh, he can probably be reached right there. Oh, that was a bad move by me. Yeah, I didn't think that one through. Yep. That hurt. I don't need him to be at full health, but that was a bad move by me. Okay, well, you're still gonna go in the reef there. And you can go in the reef right there. Now what I want to do is get the one with the mid-tank, this one, ready to land. In that forest at the bottom of their island there'll be a recon who will block me from landing, unless I want to deposit a unit right here in which the rocket and the artillery would be able to just decimate them. So, I need a spotter right there. You wouldn't be able to reach, okay. I can put one right here to start working on the recon. He'll be able to shoot him, but these cruisers are expendable now. We don't need them. There we go. So we have their whole navy destroyed now, except for that lander. And they don't seem to ever use the lander. Not that I've seen, at least. Looks like he's got his blizzard ability ready, so he'll probably use that soon. Now that I can land, let's get the mid-tank in their forest. Which means you don't need to be there anymore. And we can go ahead and take out that lander. Now, this is annoying, but it's not a big deal. We can wait the turn. We don't really have any urgency. Yeah, I want to be able to move up there, though, because that's where I'm going to be safest. So, we'll wait. And that cruiser can stay there so we can keep seeing that forest. Alright, park you right there. There we go. Which means you don't need to be there anymore. In fact, just drop a tank right there. That'll speed things up. And we're almost done the stage now. This is... You guys can probably see how, why I say this is such a hard stage. I had to be really methodical in this one. But we got it. And now they're just trying to hold out as long as they can. I'll do my ability just so I can speed things up just a little bit. And can you finish him? Yes. Alright. If you hear weird background noise, that's my kitten tearing up and down the hallway. She's full of energy today. How do we do? Wow! S rank? Really? Okay. I thought I made some bad decisions, and I thought I would have done really bad on speed. Because I think you can do this stage, like, if you're really good about this, I think you can do the stage in, like, 8 turns. Alright. Sweet. Well, the next episode, I think, might be one of the last, if not the last episode, where we're pushing Blue Moon out of her territory. Well, we've mostly pushed him out. And it looks like we're going to be meeting a new character. Which the bottom left spoils is named Sammy. I don't think we've seen her yet. So, you'll be meeting her on the next episode. Thank you all for watching, I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, have a nice day.